And continuing with what we talked yesterday about future of India's science tomorrow, we will talk about education now. And we have a very eminent panel of speakers this morning, conducted by Professor S.C. Lakhotia and Amitabh Joshi. So I will request Dr. Lakhotia and Professor Amitabh Joshi come up stage and conduct the meeting. Your time starts now, sir.
Good morning and welcome to this symposium on education in the context of science in India. I would just like to say 2 or 3 very brief things in the way of opening remarks, and then we'll move on to our speakers. We have a panel of 3 speakers: Professor Ramanujam from the Institute of Mathematical Sciences, Chennai, Professor Arvind from IISER Mohali, and Professor Patwardhan from UGC. So, see, when we talk about education, of course, education is extremely important and foundational to society. But in some ways, it does feel a little bit surreal to be talking about improving education, and so many other fundamental aspects of society are also under considerable strain. But nevertheless, we will focus on education. And what I really want to say is just a couple of things about school education, higher college, university education. So long ago, my favorite poet, Allama Iqbal, said कि न हो तबीयत ही जिनके काबिल वो तुरबियत में नहीं समझते, which means that if the intrinsic qualities are not there, then providing a very good training and environment doesn't really help too much. And those intrinsic qualities are to a great extent shaped by the school education. So the school education primarily is not in the realm of turbiyat, it is in the realm of shaping the tabiyat, the basic inner qualities, the intrinsic qualities. And subsequent education in college, university, etc., in some sense is then trying to shape out of that a person, an individual who will fulfill certain roles in society in certain ways. And one of the things that to my mind has been missing in a lot of our discussions and indeed sometimes debates about the nature of education is what is it that we want from our education system? What is it that we want from our school education in terms of what is achieved, in terms of what is done to the kids who go through our schools? And in terms of the college education, university education, what is it that we want? And it seems to me that we are not very clear about it, because on the one hand we want university education, for example, to produce whatever technologically competent workers for the 21st century or something of that kind. Alternatively, we also have to produce the next generation of scholars and academics and scientists. And sometimes from both school and college education, we want to produce rational, analytical, thinking citizens with the so-called scientific temper. And it seems to me that the optimal education system for each one of these objectives is actually rather different. So if we try to fulfill all 3 objectives with the one education system, we are doomed to produce people who are neither employable nor particularly rational and certainly not scholarly. And to my mind, this is one of the central problems we have. We need to decide what we want from the education system. And whether indeed, I just throw this as a food for thought, whether indeed we want to have separate components within the education system that are primarily trying to produce well-adjusted, technologically competent workers for the 21st century, and other components whose mandate is much narrower to produce the next generation of scholars, academics and scientists. With that, I will conclude these brief opening remarks. Welcome to all of you once again. And I will invite